Delayed gratification is the ability to say no to current wants in the present in order to say yes to true desires in the future. Essentially, it's your willingness to practice self-restraint towards the things that you currently want because they don't help you achieve your future goals. I've been practicing delayed gratification for years now, and it's been a total game changer in the success I've experienced. In today's episode, I'm sharing how practicing delayed gratification sets you up for financial success. Welcome to the City Girl Savings Podcast. I'm Rhea Reeves, founder and finance coach of City Girl Savings. I turned my life around with budgeting many years ago, and now I'm on a mission to help others do the same. I fully believe that you can enjoy your life on a budget. And this weekly show will focus on the intersection of money and the city girl lifestyle. Join me every week along with some special guests as I share my experiences, advice, and guidance on navigating life and money as an experience-loving millennial. Before I dive in, I want to share this little PSA with you. We live in a society that promotes instant gratification and access. Things like buy with one click or free overnight shipping make it incredibly tempting to indulge yourself, even if you know you shouldn't. And because of this, I want you to give yourself some grace. You're not going to be perfect at this. I am a budget coach and I am not perfect at this. Try to be as intentional as possible with your money decisions. Remember, no one is perfect, but getting back on track as quickly as possible makes money mishaps a lot less painful. And be kind to yourself as you work towards practicing delayed gratification. Don't be too hard on yourself. Just do the best you can with what you've got. Okay, so I already broke down delayed gratification. Again, it's your ability to say no to your current wants in order to say yes to your future goals and desires. But how does that actually help you get ahead? Well, because delayed gratification means you're saying no to spending money on things you don't need, it allows you to put that money to better use. Now, that money can be saved, or it can be put towards your debt payoff. It can be invested. Instead of spending money to purchase things that only fuel an instant desire, you can put that money towards future goals that actually matter to you. Anytime you avoid spending money on something you don't need, transfer that money to savings. So if you were going to buy a $25 top and you talked yourself out of it, move $25 to savings. I recommend opening up a special savings account so you can actually see how much practicing delayed gratification helps you save. Total game changer. As I mentioned, I've been practicing delayed gratification for years. But one scenario will forever stick out to me, and it was when I bought my dream car. Before I bought my dream car, which by the way is a black Lexus RX 350 for about $60,000, I had had my previous car for 13 years. It was a 2008 Mazda 3 that I had gotten in 2007 and had driven it back and forth from Texas to California during my college years. So many good memories in that little Mazda, and got me through a couple of road trips. And then when it came time to move back to Texas in 2013 after my dad passed away, the car came with me. My dad had always stressed the importance of oil changes and car maintenance in general, so I'd always taken care of the car, and because of that, it lasted me until I was ready to part with it. I started getting the itch to get a new car in about 2016, but I didn't have a car payment currently, and I had other goals I was working towards. My boyfriend and I had bought our condo in 2018. A car payment on my credit report may have impacted that approval process. Now, I had been in love with the Lexus SUVs for years and always managed to see them while I was out, and I remind myself that that day would come. One day I would have that dream car. And 4 years later, that day finally came. In the summer of 2020, yes, prime COVID season, I was ready. I had reached other savings goals and I had been saving for a down payment. However, because my credit score was over 820, I didn't need to put anything down and I got 0% interest for financing. I made sure the payment would fit in my budget comfortably, and because it did, I went that route and got to keep my cash flow. Had I purchased this car earlier, maybe I'd be hit with interest. Had I purchased this car later, maybe the inventory wouldn't exist, which we've seen, and I'd be forced to wait longer. Now, I'm not saying you should or shouldn't finance. This was something that worked for me in my situation at the time. And it was such a smooth, effortless purchase, and I'm truly happy every time I get behind the wheel. 2 years later, and I absolutely love my car. I share a picture of my car on the City Girl Savings Instagram. I will link to it in the show notes if you want to see my baby. Are you tired of wondering which moves to make next with your money? Do you need some guidance on whether to pay off debt, save, or focus on something else? Get my free Money Moves packet today and start making impactful money moves instantly. Go to citygirlsavings.com/moves to download your Money Moves packet now. Okay, so an important part of delayed gratification is recognizing the things that truly matter most to you. I want to share some of the ways to help you do that. To help you identify the things you love most, take a second to reflect on what brings you the most happiness. Is it creating memories with the people you love? Maybe it's coming home every day to your loyal pet. It could be fueling your body with fitness and quality nutrition. Start by pinpointing the things that bring you true happiness. And once you've identified those things, you can start differentiating likes from loves. Likes are just wants. Loves are true desires. When you know the difference between the two, you can say no to the likes and say yes to the loves. Now, here's a little tip. Create a list on your phone of all the likes and wants you have. When you're asked what you want for a gift, whether it's your birthday or Christmas, or if some extra money comes to you, review the list and see if you can get those things. Maybe you won't even want them anymore. Now, when it comes to your loves, you can even take it a step further and make sure your budget includes the things that you truly love. That way, you don't feel bad about spending time or money on those things because you know money is already allocated to them. I truly believe an important part of budgeting and making sure it's consistent and sustainable is factoring in the things you love. Now, you don't have to go crazy and spend a lot every single month, but knowing that you love getting your hair done and you can afford it in your budget makes all the difference. Remember, no one is perfect, not even me. And when practicing delayed gratification, the more you do it, the better you become. So again, get clear on the things that matter most. Be okay with saying, hey, this is a want, it's a like, it's not something that I need or truly desire or love. I don't need to spend money on it. Eventually, those conversations with yourself will get easier, but you have to start somewhere. So whether you actually make the purchase or not after you've decided it is or isn't a like or a love, at least you've had that conversation with yourself. Have that dialogue when you are getting ready to make a purchase, and eventually you'll be able to take action based on that dialogue you have with yourself. So again, don't be afraid to start slow. Slow and steady wins the race, especially in the game of financial success. The great thing about practicing delayed gratification as well is that the more you do it, the better you become. Eventually, you'll get to a place where you don't even desire to spend money on things that don't help you reach your goals. Sure, if you recognize that, hey, I want a nice new dress for my vacation, you'll know that information ahead of time and plan for it accordingly in your budget. So it's really magical how things all seem to work out once you start getting intentional, practicing that delayed gratification and having that dialogue with yourself so that you can recognize your own thoughts and feelings around money and spending it. As I mentioned, we live in a society that truly pushes that instant gratification and access. So if you have succumbed to that and constantly purchase things with one click, or you have your credit card stored in your favorite websites, go ahead and take the time to remove your credit card from those websites. Put the buy now function on hold if you can. Just get yourself familiar with not instantly buying something or not being okay with that instant gratification. We want to move away from that. So anything that you can do to help facilitate that, go ahead and do that. And I want to leave with this. Delayed gratification means you're saying no to your current wants to say yes to your future desires. If you desire a new car, if you desire a Louis Vuitton bag, if you desire diamond earrings, that is okay. There is nothing that says you can't desire anything that you desire, right? What we're saying is make sure that you are not spending your money on the things you don't desire so that you truly can spend it on the things that you do desire. Thank you so much for tuning in to City Girl Savings today. I hope you feel empowered and inspired to master your money as you make your way to your dream life. Make sure you subscribe so you're the first to know when a new episode comes out. I truly value your thoughts and feedback, so please leave a review and let me know how this podcast has impacted you. Can't wait to chat soon and make it a great day.